Lent, as we've already seen, is a time of surprises. And in Matthew chapter 10, we find that the disciples are to be people who will be going around surprising other people by preaching and announcing and doing the kingdom, by healing, by teaching, by telling people that this is the time, this is the moment they've been waiting for. But it's also a time when the followers of Jesus themselves were in for a surprise. In Matthew 11, we find that John the Baptist, Jesus' cousin, is puzzled because Jesus isn't doing the sort of things he expected. And so often in our own Christian discipleship, we find that God actually doesn't go with our agenda, with our plans. He has other ways of doing what he's doing. And Lent is the time for humility where we pause and say, okay, that wasn't what I expected, but if this is the way we have to go, so be it. Because as we see in the great chapter of parables in Matthew 13, we see that the way God is acting in the world through Jesus and the way that God is bringing the kingdom through our work as well is like somebody planting seeds in a field. And sometimes these seeds don't seem to be doing what we would want, but our task is to go on and be faithful and plant them anyway. And sometimes the seed will be growing secretly in ways we can't possibly imagine. And that is true in the wider work of the church in the world, the projects that we get involved with to bring God's love and healing and grace to bear upon the wider community. But it's also true in our own lives, that as we read and study and think and pause and ponder and pray, God is planting seeds in our hearts, in our imaginations, in our minds, and we have no idea what sort of plants those seeds are going to grow up into. Our task is to be faithful, to allow the seed to be nurtured, to do its work, and in due course there will be the harvest that God intends.